Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here at Gallery U, and especially at this wonderful occasion. I was thinking that just a moment ago, I was just perusing the beautiful art that was here in the room, and in a few minutes, another moment, I will be sitting back in my chair, and this moment will be over. In this moment that we live, in this moment, we're alive. Our minds want to race forward, go do this, want to do that, or we slide backwards to the past. We may never see the future. We've already been to the past, but we live in this moment. So I steal this moment because I can. Ah, this moment, so peaceful. We judge the moment, and when we do, we sometimes miss it. It's too late, the moment is gone. We fail to notice it. But we have this moment. Notice your moment. How do you feel? Feel alive in this moment. In this moment, I am alive. I am complete in this moment. This poem was written in the moment, and as of this moment, this poem is complete. One of the things that I had spoken to Robert about was I had the opportunity of attending an art show at one of the local colleges. And we, as poets, had gone there prior to the show to observe what poetry inspired us and to write about something. Well, this poem was inspired by a painting by a gentleman by the name of Tim Gaddis. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it was entitled Park Morning 2. Two men sit on the other side of the bench, one with a cigarette in hand. A card of possessions separates one from the other. Wrapped in a blanket, a military knapsack at his side, hiding behind the shades, shielded from the light. Tired of this troubled world, a strong don't bother me attitude on his face. He gave so much for this country, yet where is he today? Indifference is the attitude the world exudes at men like us, homeless and destitute, perfumed by the stench of indifference. From a society that throws away everything, including its people. But pictures are deceiving, because while you walk by indifferent to me, I sit here, rich and undercover, rich in experience, rich in smarts, rich in the knowledge that you just don't give a damn. Had to clean that up. Except for that paycheck, or 2 or 3, that separate you from me. You could be this man. I sit here watching you pass by, seeing, but turning your eyes away. No, things are not always what they appear. For I sit here, watching you behind the glasses that hide my eyes, to see if you would be indifferent to me. A well-known reporter, undercover, but a known one when portrayed this way. Indifference, is that really true? Or is it that this picture bothers you? There, but for the grace of God, the reality of the poverty of life, the riches to rags that might someday happen to you. And so you walk by indifferent. I'll tell you a little story about this one after I read it, because if I tell you the story, it'll ruin the poem. This is the one that was referred to as having gotten kudos in the Asbury Park Press, so I thought you'd be curious as to what that was about. It's called Love is Simply Horseplay. The first time we met, he came towards me as if drawn by some natural force. An instant connection. I was a bit apprehensive. Yet, wanting to get to know him, I had to let go of my apprehensions. Actually, it felt more like as if I had to suppress them. When I did, my greater desire emerged, a desire to get to know him, to be accepted by him, to develop mutual trust. An aha moment. You see, I have difficulty trusting men, but he was different. He saw me, and all the things I worry about, weight, expressing or impressing with my intellect, what I wear, makeup or no makeup, none of it mattered. It simply didn't matter. He saw me in my natural state, not naked of clothes, rather naked of all the pretenses and all those things we believe we need to impress. We were simply comfortable with each other. He came to me without hesitation, with a purposeful walk. As I stood there watching him come towards me, then I reached out and touched him. He pulled back, he too apprehensive, but a willing participant. Unsure of his intentions, I walked away, a kind of test. He walked away too. A short time later, I returned and stood there just waiting to see if his intentions were purposeful or purely a chance encounter. He returned to me. This time, we each more comfortable with the other. He nestled his head against mine, something I would not normally allow when first meeting a member of the opposite sex. But for us, it was natural. I took in his scent as he took in mine. A bond was formed, though no words were spoken. A meeting, not of the minds, but of spirits, kindred, with an appreciation of and for each other. Now, every time I go back there, I look for him, and he comes to me. I am no longer afraid to approach him. Funny, because they say he is the pickiest one of the bunch. Yesterday, he went about his business until another approached me. Then he, like always, came to me. Yesterday, he noticed, yesterday he tickled the back of my neck with his mouth. I laughed as my heart was filled with a warm, fuzzy feeling. I felt it deep in my chest. I laughed, a very natural laugh, and was comfortable just being myself. To meet without pretenses, to appreciate each other naturally, just as we are. The relationship he and I seem to have formed, is a natural one. His name is Bentley. To me, the most beautiful and caring horse in the paddock. And Bentley resides at Chariot Riders, which they have in Monmouth and Ocean counties, and they also work with people with brain injuries, traumatic brain injuries. So that's what I wanted to share, but if I would have told you before, you would have known he was a horse. Okay. Another one that I had done at the gallery at the college with the paintings is called Generations. And I wrote it while observing a photograph by a gal by the name of Amy Kuman, and it was entitled 4 Generations. And there was this very elderly woman cradling this baby, newborn baby, in her arms, in her hands actually. It's 4 generations between mine and his. My skin now dried and wrinkled, how his does beg to be kissed. Soft and smooth, my nose pressed against him as I breathe in the sweet, fresh scent of new life. His head is like a soft and tender bird, held gently in the palm of my hand. I am holding life in the palm of my hand. Yet, I know that one day soon I will be kissing it goodbye. It seems like yesterday the time does fly, when I was like him and time was mine. Ah, how gently she holds me, giving me the kiss of life. I close my eyes and breathe in life. She whispers to me, offering her wisdom in a gentle touch called love. 4 generations twist mine and hers, but the life that awaits. It's the alpha and the omega, the old and the new, experience and innocence at once. Life is truly love. Love is truly life. She whispers to me her wisdom. Thank you. This poem is called I Forget. And I'll let it speak for itself. When I am with you, I forget how lonely I am when you are not here. I forget. I forget that I planned to tell you I don't want to see you anymore. I forget how hard it is when I can't see you, or how I fall asleep hoping you will call, or how sleep gets me through the empty hours. I forget. When I am with you, I forget. I forget that I don't want to fall in love with you, that I already am, that I might get hurt, that I can make it on my own, that I don't want to. And I forget that I'll be sad again when it's time for you to leave. I forget what it's like not to lay by your side. I forget that sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time with a romance that isn't growing because it can't, though my love for you does anyway. And I want to remember, because I'll tell myself afterwards, I should have told you, but I forget that you're not mine, that I'm not yours, that I can't hope, though still I do, because when I am with you, I forget. And I think I wanted to tell you to leave me alone, but I forget. I forget. When I am with you, I forget. Because I remember when I am with you, I love you. How very much I love you. Thank you very much.